Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we start the video, I do want to say a very quick thank you to everybody who had such positive and kind things to say about my most recent short film. It really meant a lot to me, and your support really gets me through these times, especially when I just want to give up and throw my computer out the window. So thank you all so very much for that. But the second thing I also wanted to say was that when I was looking through all your lovely, heartwarming comments, I did see a lot of questions, and these are questions that I see popping up on pretty much all of my short films. So I thought now is probably the time to film a Q&A, sort of answering these most frequently asked questions, and maybe giving you all a bit of a behind-the-scenes look at what I do and how I do it. So, yep, on to the video. Okay, so I'm just going to be scrolling through some of the questions, and the first one is by SMN, who says, which animation software did you use? Well, I didn't really use one. I don't like animation softwares. I think they're very overly complex for a very simple process in reality, because for me the kind of animation I wanted to do is really similar to stop motion. So Procreate is the one I use because it allows you to just redraw frame to frame, and it gives a really nostalgic kind of old school Disney almost like drawing vibe, and that was really what I wanted to go through for this. So yeah, I use Procreate, which I think is personally a lot easier to navigate and use. Okay, so next question is by Val, who says, love the video. Thank you, Val. And she says, just wanted to ask what editing software you use. I'm thinking of starting my own YouTube channel, and I'm still debating the pros and cons of using Adobe. Is it worth it? I don't think it is. Okay, maybe a controversial opinion, but personally, Adobe annoyed me so much because while of course it does have a lot of features, and if you know how to use them, I'm sure they're good, but I don't know how to use them. And I don't want to have to watch 50 tutorials just to figure out how to use one tool, you know? I think it's a really absurd way of going about things. So if you're not professional with these things, I think iMovie is probably the way to go, because personally it's a lot simpler, it's well set out, and it has all the basic tools and things that you need to really start out your own YouTube channel or your own videos in general. So I don't think it's worth it. Also, 50 euros a month for confusion is not something I'm willing to pay. So I hope that answers that question. Sorry. The next question is by Ali K, who says, I'm just in my first year of media A-levels. Oof, good luck. It's a lot of fun, but a lot of work. And she says, how did you stay so organized? I don't think I did. Okay, well, if I had to choose one thing, I'd probably say using Google Drive, because Google Drive was such a good sort of home center and home ground for putting all my footage, all my scripts, all my plans, all my ideas, everything. Google had it all, and then it was all organized into neat little folders, which I color coordinated because that makes me happy. And then my media teacher, she also taught us how to use this thing called a Gantt chart, and to this day I use them. They are so handy because they give you months worth of overview for weeks, days, months, the whole year of how you're going to plan it out, what you're going to do, what each segment is going to hold for you. And while it may sound unnecessary, when it comes down to it, it's actually such a good way of seeing what you've done, how much you still have to do, and getting a really kind of good overview of your time left in general. And then the last tip I'd have for that, which is more of an organization in general kind of thing, is using a planner. Yeah, it's a little bit more old school, but this is the kind of planner where you can sort of list out each day, and that helps me monumentally because it's such a nice thing to just wake up in the morning, list out your day, kind of understand how your day's gonna look, and it just kind of mentally prepares you for the rest of the events of the day. So yeah, planners and Google Drive. All right, the next question is, oh goodness, I'm sorry if I'm butchering these usernames. Tsukiko Furude, I'm really sorry. And they've asked, your website looks amazing, thank you very much. And they've said, did you use Wix? Yes, I did. I love Wix. I think Wix is such a great resource because not only is it free, it's accessible online. They have so many templates, inspirational things that you can see from other users. It's just really great. And the best part about it is it has features and things you can put in that you didn't even know you needed. Like for me, one of them that I ended up using on my website was the ability to embed another website into your already made website on the website Wix, which a lot of websites really handy when it came down to it, and it was something I didn't even know I would ever want to need. So yeah, Wix is amazing. I would definitely recommend Wix to anybody who's thinking about using it. Okay, the next question is by somebody called Daylight, and they say, love it, with a lot of E's by love. Thank you. And they've said, what's your go-to design website? I have an immense passion for the website Canva. I think everybody should be using Canva. It is so handy because it has everything you could possibly need, from resumes to postcards to CD covers, everything. You know, it's so handy. So 100% Canva is my go-to, easily. It's just amazing. And while you don't have to have a paid account for the amount that I use it, I do, but it's not debilitating not to have a paid account. So yes, Canva's my immediate go-to. And then maybe the one other website that I would sort of mention or recommend is a website called Lunapix, which is completely free. You don't even need to like create an account or anything. The main reason I use this website is primarily just to edit photos, or even more primarily to make PNGs, because I have a huge love for PNGs. I think they're so handy, they're so applicable to everything, and they're so easy to use, especially when making things like posters and postcards when you want to put one image onto another and you don't need the background from the first one. So for that, Lunapix is my go-to. The next question is by Gnocchi, which I assume is a pasta, and they've said, I love the way you filmed it, the quality is so good, thank you very much. And they've asked, what camera do you use? I use a Panasonic Lumix G7, which is actually the one I'm using right now. So what you see is the quality of Panasonic. No, but it's a really good camera, and in light situations it thrives. The quality is so crisp, it's got really good depth of field, and I use the sort of basic 14 to 140 lens, I think. But if I had to make one complaint, it doesn't do very well in the dark. It just cannot adjust to the dark situations, which is alright because, you know, every camera has its thing. So to compensate for that, especially with this short film, when I was doing things like the scene inside the box where you see the folds of the box open, I used my phone, which is a Samsung Galaxy 9 Plus, because it has two cameras. And the camera quality on this is pretty good as well. But the main reason I recommend this is because if you know Samsung, the cameras well, you'll know that they're usually a little bit more overexposed than what the actual image looks like, which in dark situations is very handy because it picks up any light that otherwise most cameras wouldn't pick up. So yeah, my phone and the Lumix. So the next question is by, oh dear, okay, CC Palisades, I don't know. And they've said, what computer do you use? I use my trusty 2015 MacBook Pro. Yeah, it's a powerhouse, very robust, it's been with me a while, it's survived quite a couple falls, and I have to say it still works like a charm. It has such a good processing speed for how old it is, and it's really good computer. Plus I have the 15-inch, which is quite big, it's quite bulky, but at the end of the day, especially for editing videos, you have a bigger screen and that's very handy. So yeah, trusty MacBook Pro. Okay, next question. I think this one's gonna be the last. Potterhead has asked, I love the animations, they fit in so well, thank you very much. And they've asked, how did you do them? Oh, okay, well I've already kind of asked this, but I guess I can talk about what I've used to make the animations, which is my iPad Pro. Another Apple product. This one's one I bought around Christmas time, 2019, it's a iPad Pro. And with that I use, the Apple Pencil, the first generation though, it's not the second one. And I love them. It's so easy to use again, it's so sleek, simple, fits really comfortably in your hands, because I mean, some products after a while, if you use them a lot, your hand starts to hurt, but that's really not the case with this. And it's just very smooth running, especially when using Procreate, they just complement each other so well, and it's such a smooth, nice combination. So yeah. Okay, well I think that's the meat of all the questions that I get. If you do have any others, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll try and answer them as best I can. But other than that, yeah, I'll see you next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.